I've generated $700,000 in sales through cold outreach using AI tools. But the truth is, this success did not just come down to the quality of my script, but more so by using AI to find leads that already actually want to buy from me and are not being reached out by my competitors a million times. Because let's face it, if you're not getting replies now from your cold emails or your outreach, and you have a good offer, it's likely because your prospects are getting reached out to thousands of times a month, or there's just a ton of similar products out there in the market, or you're just not reaching out to the right quality of leads that actually need what you're selling right now. So in this video, I'm gonna actually expose one of my live coaching calls that I've done with a client and built a system that counteracted this for them to actually book sales calls with leads that want to buy their service and aren't being reached out to by their competitors. This is using Clay, which is a new AI enrichment tool to find even better data than just the normal databases like Apollo and LinkedIn. So be sure to take some notes because I would usually charge for this sort of information, but I'm going to give it away to you for free.
Broad targeting alone is just building a table. So click on
Yeah.
table, and what we want to do is find companies. Yeah. From here, obviously, we're just using the information within the industries. Luckily, the industries on Clay is far more comprehensive than LinkedIn. You can get way more data or go more refined on Clay than LinkedIn itself, which is funny because it actually
Mm.
pulls a lot of the data from LinkedIn, but you can go
Yeah, even
super,
these ones are they're like LinkedIn's filters, like all of them.
yeah,
Like technology, information,
nice.
internet's like a LinkedIn one, and
Yeah, yeah,
for this it's
exactly.
always for our thing on LinkedIn it's always software development and
Nice.
IT services. Um, yeah, there software development is like the main LinkedIn one, and then IT services, IT consulting, and there's one
Yeah.
more as well. There's one that's like
Information,
yeah,
te
technology and
technology
that
and internet.
internet one. Yeah, I think that's
Yeah,
it. I think those are the
yeah.
three that I've always used. I don't think there are any others. If this is LinkedIn only, then
Yeah. So this has got more than LinkedIn, but for the tech, I think it's pretty much the same. But
yeah.
this will have a few more in, like if we do maybe software, for example, embedded software
Oh yeah.
products. I think that's on LinkedIn as well, maybe.
I don't know. I've never
Um,
used that one.
there's there's a few more in here, but not
Yeah.
an overwhelming amount. Like these three are good. That's going to pull in loads of data. Of course, from here, like the broad targeting is the same as building a list on LinkedIn. You just
Yeah.
select company size, say
I go to like
50
11 to
to
1,000 usually.
yeah,
Yeah, I was actually looking this up, like, and one of our biggest clients this year actually has only like 30 employees. They recruit like 5 people,
nice.
so it's good to keep
Really
them in. Like, yeah, so I just do
nice,
11. Yeah,
nice,
like that,
nice.
11 to 1,000 is perfect.
11 to 1,000, perfect. Yeah. Obviously, location we can put in as well. Still want to focus in the
UK,
States.
US, yeah,
UK, yeah,
need to. You, just one client
nice.
in the States can be worth so much.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely
Yeah,
crazy.
they move so quick
So,
as well.
mhm, mhm, 100%.
Yeah, they got no notice period.
Um, yeah, yeah, literally. It's like 2 weeks at maximum.
Yeah,
But if I
like
just
max.
basically just press preview, and then of course you import this table. I won't go over this loads for too long because it's just super basic. I'll
Oh,
show you
we
some
we
things.
got exclude recruitment agencies as well. Actually, that's a good thing to
Yeah.
do.
So go to exclude one or more industries. I always do staffing and
Yeah.
recruiting, human resources. I always do these ones just in case as well.
Oh,
And
human
then this one
resource
actually has one
services.
for executive search services. Like
Oh,
that's not
right.
on LinkedIn,
Yeah, I've never
but
seen that
it's on.
because I could have made that our
Yes.
company's one actually. That's a good one.
Yeah,
Like a good
it's
kind of
nice
professional.
for sure. With this, like the actually, this is good to go into now. There'll be a ton of recruitment companies that label themselves as IT services and IT consulting. Okay, so what we want to do
Wait a minute.
is
Wait,
really
what are these companies right there? One of them was just called Microsoft 365 Dynamic Partner. That can't have been the company's name, surely. Is that the company's name?
yeah, by the looks of it.
They just oh right, okay. Microsoft 365 Dynamics Partner.
Looks pretty
What
crazy.
trip for all? Yeah,
Maybe
what is
this one
that?
isn't. Don't know. This is what it's
It's all
called.
right
It
though. It
hasn't
doesn't
got a
matter.
domain. Oftentimes, in all honesty, I see more issues with UK ones. I try to
Oh
like
really?
uh, be more careful with UK ones. Yeah, I don't know why. I just see more issues with them in general. Um, but nonetheless,
No,
like
wait.
low.
Did you just could you just pull that data with no credits or anything? That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
And what I'm going to show you now as well is how you can filter it as well with the 0 credits. Obviously, we're
Yeah.
going to want to use credits at some point, but
Yeah.
if you want to basically get rid of all the recruitment company or most of the recruitment companies, the way I would do it is you can't enrich it to find the industry because this company has labeled themselves as IT services and consulting company, even
Yeah.
though they're a recruitment company. So there's a few ways you can do this. My favorite in terms of credit consumption, which costs 0 credits, is click on the title of the column, go to filter, and does not contain, or what should I do? Does not contain any of, and then we put in a bunch of keywords. So I'm going to put in recruit. Yeah. I'm going to put in search. I'm going to put in job, right? Placement, all these keywords basically to do with recruitment. So staff. There'll be loads more we can put in, but that will start to remove
I get that.
a lot of the recruitment companies. So that's already removed about 50 or so of them just through this having in the name. Obviously, if we want to go to more detail, then we would enrich these companies even further. And we basically get an automatic AI web researcher. You wouldn't want to do this all the time because it's very expensive in terms of credit consumption, but it's
Okay.
something called Collation. Now, what it is
Oh yeah, I've heard of this.
AI web researcher. You could literally say, go to this website, scout all the pages, and see if this company offers recruitment as a service or offers recruitment / staffing.
Okay.
And if it does, it will tell us, and then we can exclude it out of the list.
Yeah.
I won't run that now just to save the credits, but basically, IT services consulting is pretty much the only one you need to watch out for. If you don't have this in, very unlikely you're going to have a recruitment company in there. It's just some recruitment companies call themselves IT services and consulting companies. So
I get them.
we just want to watch out for those.
We could even remove them if we have enough data with just software development. We don't even have to keep it then. I don't mind.
I think we'd have a ton. We would have loads. Let's just see. Obviously, we hit a limit of 5,000, but let's just see. Primary industry does not contain IT. Yeah, so that's obviously got rid of half the list here.
It's just
But
got
in
half of
reality,
them. Probably got more.
if we done that from the search originally, you'd have 10,000 plus companies easily.
Should we just do that?
software
Should we just do?
development.
If it's easier, then
Yeah. I can go ahead after and clean up the list. Like right now, this is fine.
All right.
But it just means we can get rid of the IT services from consulting from the actual search originally.
Yeah.
But that's looking good at this point. So that's really all you'd want to do there. And then of course you'd want to find the contact. I know I've got 2 other tables to get through. So I'm gonna start going through a bit quicker because I know I've got about 35 minutes and sometimes I can waffle on. So basically what we want to do here is we've got to find the contact. So add enrichment, find contact, and then what I do is find contacts at company. I'd pick this one because this pulls directly from LinkedIn. Right.
Okay.
This one pulls from database. This one pulls from a database. LinkedIn is typically preferred. So I'd click that.
Okay. Sure.
Save results in this table for now. And it's going to search the company. And then what we're going to do is try and find, let's just put owner, partner, C-suite. Right. Let's try and find some of these contacts. I'm going to continue. I'm just going to run. Basically, I'm going to ask it to return their name.
Okay.
And their LinkedIn profile. Okay. So from there, obviously, we can find
just name and LinkedIn.
Okay. Yeah, you get all of this data anyway. It's just within the cell. You can turn it back on at any point you want.
But I get it. I've noticed that actually because I was playing around with it. Yeah, I got that. Yeah.
So just to keep it lean, the table lean, I'd prefer to have as little things ticked as possible, the bare minimum. And obviously, this can do the minimum for us. So obviously it hasn't found for some of them. We can go and have a look why. I think maybe because these are smaller companies. I'm not sure.
To be fair, if it can't find them, it's not. Yeah, if it can't find them, it's not even a bad thing. Normally, like this. Or if you wrote CEO and stuff like that, maybe it could find them.
Yeah, I think it could. Absolutely. Obviously, this is just to be Played around with a little bit.
I'd put a C-suite, like, I do the partner thing though as well. Like the job title seniority level is really good. Wait, don't put owner. Do you remember? You don't remember? Not remember from last time?
Yeah. Product owner, business owner.
Yeah. Literally.
So with this in here, it's obviously just going to make the list smaller. The more things we put in. So that's why I've removed that.
Okay.
Obviously, if I have that, then it will start to exclude some of these people also.
I've always found LinkedIn pretty good with that one though. They added it wasn't there like a year ago. They added it. It's actually been pretty good. Let's see how many it finds now.
For the most part, it's pretty good. I think it's found less also.
No, it's the same. I don't know.
One less or so. But
okay, it only uses the credit when it finds them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So you
don't think if you ran like 2,000 credits, then you get like 500, 400. I'd be like, damn. Like,
no, I mean, no. It says
lost 1,600 credits.
Like, yeah. That wouldn't be good. That wouldn't be good.
I don't mind now, but if we had a big list, it'd be fucking annoying.
Yeah, it would be. It just refunds you for it. It says here, so charge refunded. But yeah, we go ahead and get all of those, and then you can basically the only way you're going to get more is by playing around with the variables in there. Different job titles, managing director. A lot of people in the UK call themselves directors, managing directors, etc. So that will probably get more in. But nonetheless, once you have that, right? So now you've got their name, their LinkedIn profile, and we have the company domain. Very easy to find the email address. So if we just put in work email, click this one. What I do is I reorder these so it goes from least credit consumption up to most. So 1 credit per row, 22225. That's cool. What we want to do is leave
Hunters
this
in there as well. Hunters are a really good one, actually.
Yeah.
I've heard like when I first started my business, I messaged some successful guy and I was like, how do I make an agency? And he was like, just get Hunter. That's like one of the first.
That's what he said.
Yeah. He was like, just get Hunter and email people.
Simple.
I don't think he didn't know anything about like automation or whatever. Like,
oh my goodness.
He was just like, buy Hunter, email 50 people a day. And like,
wow. Yeah, it's just a database. So I used to be able to get like extensions for these on LinkedIn. So you can just pull data straight from LinkedIn. But yeah, that's what you want to do. Just rearrange that. Everything else. Well. Yes, that's just a verifier.
I already have Million Verifier though. I don't know if can I integrate that or something? Because I have I have so many of these like credits. I've got like.
What I would do is I would just add another step in. I'd remove this, and then run these, and then just run this CS3 through Million Verifier.
Yeah. Do you think that's better? Yeah. It's probably cheaper.
It's much cheaper, yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be much cheaper. So, yeah, just save. Obviously, if I run the first 10 rows, it won't run most of them. It might not even find email here just because it's got barely any. But it'll just run for these 3. See if it finds an email. First one.
So I found that one. I want to find second time.
Yeah. And then let's see if it finds this one. If not, it might be more of a difficult one.
That is pretty good though. That is for going through the whole thing. And we have Apollo as well. Can't we put Apollo in?
Yeah, you can. Oftentimes Apollo is going to be one of the most basic ones. Apollo will have. If these can't find it, there's no way Apollo's going to find it, basically.
Oh,
so
really?
Apollo, we can put it in there.
Can we do it to save credits? Put Apollo first or something?
Yeah, you can do that.
I thought didn't we buy Apollo for that reason?
Yeah. At the moment, so what we want to do is add action, add Apollo, and you've got your key. I'm not sure if we set the key up yet. No, we haven't, by the looks of it.
First. Okay,
so that's one thing. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can add any of these in here. We obviously just need to set the API key up. So the way you would do that is actually back before we're in add action. So you want to get to this.
I could do that. That's all right. Like we can do that next session.
You just want to press that. Yeah, we get that set up. No problem. So for now, that's all good. Obviously, you found a couple of those emails. Great. Then you just export this, upload it into Million Verifier, verify those, and then we'd be able to get it out. So that's how we would do that, just with a very basic one. So that's the broad targeting. Obviously, most of them are the same. after this point. After we found then the LinkedIn URL, after we've got the basic list, then obviously enriching to find the email address is the same for all of the lists. It's just the original data, which is slightly different. So that's the broad one. So if I go into open jobs now, let's have a play around with this. So this is just in table. All you want to do is type in find jobs. Cool. Yeah. And then here we want to search for the jobs that we want to recruit for. Okay. So what title would you like me to put in here that we can just have a look for?
It's so hot in my room.
No worries.
Oh, let me just open my window. All right. The jobs that we'd recruit for the most, I'd say account director. It's the number one title. Account director. We've recruited. The last role we recruited was a head of sales. I don't know if you want to do multiple, if you want to make different tables for each one, or I don't know.
What I usually do is see what results we get. So I put in all of the data, preview it, and then if we get very little, I add more. If we get a lot, then I remove some. So it'll be hard to
Business
tell.
development manager is another one. Sales development rep. We recruit for quite a lot of titles, so I'm not going to lie, because it's sales is like the same job, but it has different titles a lot of the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like it's like so many titles for this. The job is just sales, but they have loads of different. Yes, SDR.
So
that's it.
I'll put that in for now. You can do specific keywords in the job description. I usually leave this unless it's something very technical and specific. For sales, I think that'll be okay, unless you have a hyper-specific campaign you want to run, which would be selling one specific piece of technology or something maybe, and you could put that in the description keywords, right? That would be one way you could do that. Once again, for here, I'm just going to put the United States, for example, that we can have a look for. What we can do is look for job types, so full-time, part-time, contract, temp, intern,
full-time always, pretty much.
Voluntary. So I'll put that in. And then what we can do is basically toggle for jobs that have a recruiter attached to the job opening. So on LinkedIn jobs, when you're scrolling down, you see some of them have a hiring manager or a recruiter attached to the position.
Yeah, of course.
You can toggle this on to only receive those if you want to. So all of the data you get back has someone attached to the actual job. So you can maybe message them directly, which sometimes can be more effective. Obviously, you're going to get a much smaller proportion of the actual list. For the most part, we usually leave this untoggled and we just find the right people we want to reach out to.
Yeah, I think that's because the thing is, those people are always often very junior, talent management people. But they honestly, it could work though. Because I used to do that. I used to do that in my job where I'd go through the jobs and message those people. I'd look for them individually, manually do this, and I would get jobs from that. Sometimes they would just be the right person, but
it will work.
It could work.
It's just whatever's most optimized. Currently, from my data, the most optimized way to do it is not really to toggle this on, but you'll sign contracts from both, no doubt. It's just what's going to be the biggest return for the least effort. We just want to do the most leveraged way possible. But if we just preview this, we'll see what we've got in terms of jobs. I'm sure for these sorts of jobs, there'll be quite a few. Yeah, of course, well over 5,000 results for all of these. Now, I'm just going to import that and show you some of the important things that you mentioned that you'd run into last time. So, of course, as we will see as I import this, there'll be tons of duplicates. There'll be big companies that are hiring for a lot of people, and they'll have a lot of job openings. So if I just import this into a new table, do it for free. Once again, it's not using any credits to get this information.
What was that there, though? Where it just said something? It just said something with credits. What was that?
You can choose to enrich fully all of the data for every row automatically. So I could find all of the information about everything. I would never do that personally, just because...
Fucking hell, this is crazy, though.
Yeah. It's a complete waste.
You could already make an email list out of that and just put that job linked in as I saw this job with that Fuck,
Posted on
because
the 5th of
we used to
December.
do this.
Yeah.
Like, we literally used to do this, like in my job, like this exact thing. Like, but
Nice.
we do it manually,
Yeah.
which is so
Well,
crazy.
we got
Think
5,000
about
of them now.
the time wasted though, and so crazy from this.
Yeah.
Like
For
when
this,
you used
it will
to.
take seconds, really.
Yeah. Can you do the company size though from this as well? Because I just saw Infosys there. I think Infosys are like going to be hard to break into. Impossible, pretty much. They're massive.
I would say 90% of this list is redundant. 90% of this list is crap. So we need to get rid of that. So what we do, the first thing is get rid of all of the duplicates. Right? So how we do that is we go to company name, press on that bit at the top, get this drop down, and it's got a feature here called dedupe, right? Which will get rid of all the duplicates. Deduplicate the whole list.
What the fuck?
Which is insane.
How do you even know this stuff? That is so crazy.
So if we look at some of these, there's like, I'm trying to find one. There'll be some that have like hundreds of rows.
Some of the recruitment agencies as well.
20.
Well, they would be with the job post. I can see like
definitely.
One of them said recruiting in the title. Robert Half, I think I saw, was a big recruiter.
Yeah, like I think about 40% of these will be recruitment companies. So I'll show you how we get rid of those. But yeah, you can see some posting 11 jobs. There'll be some that have like literally hundreds of these open, but nonetheless, we need to delete them. So I'll confirm and delete. So it's gone down from 5,000 to 3,000.
Okay.
So that's good. We're getting closer to a half decent list. So these are all singular not points of contact, but singular companies. So there's not one company here that has loads of job openings. Well, they might be, but these are all, every row is a different company, right? Which is good. So from here, what I'll do is start to get rid of all the filters. Most people would just add an enrichment here and enrich all of the companies to find what industry they're in. And then exclude the recruitment ones. That's what most people would do. However, if you do that, then obviously you're going to use more credits than you necessarily need to. The way I do all of this and have designed it all is we want to use all of the free tools we have in our hands first before we start using the paid credits. So a free tool is just a filter based off keywords. So what I'll do is, once again, company name does not contain any of, let's put in recruits. Let's put in search. Let's put in job, put in staff.
Yeah, like staffing, probably.
Yeah. So luckily with this, so if it's basically says do not contain any of, then we can put like the shorter version of the word. So recruit, obviously, like recruiting, recruitment, recruiter contains recruit. So I usually sort of do like that. So it covers all bases of that. So we've got recruit, search, job, career, placement as well. Is there any others that recruitment companies like to call themselves? Recruit, job, search, staff, career, placement.
Search is,
I'm sure there'll be a few.
Always called search.
Yeah. So I think that removed 120 companies. So it's starting to get a bit smaller now.
Roles as well, most of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of BDRs, SDRs, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's still really good business though. Even a BDR in the US is,
BDR in the US paid well.
Yeah, 100%. You could even get them up to like 100K plus. 10K fee though, which is what we want. We want to get like just as much as possible next year. So don't mind about the fee size. Just want to get as many new logos.
100%. This is how we would want to continue to filter the list down. So right now it's not in a state to be emailed to anyone, or we can't email any of these people because it's just still big companies in here. There's still some recruitment companies. So now what we need to do is enrich the company. Okay. So this is where it starts getting expensive with clay credits, depending on what plan we're on. I'm just going to run 10 of these and show you how it comes out. But
I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to get on the
bigger. I recommend the $350 a month one. You can do a lot with that, and it will be
either that or the next one. I reckon it'll end up.
Yeah, over time. But like once we build one of these lists of say 3,000 companies that are hiring for salespeople, we can go after this list for a while. Like
Yeah,
we
literally.
won't need to be building this every day. So
Yeah,
it's
literally.
yeah. So I think the middle
At
plan will
least,
be pretty good
yeah.
until we need to start scaling it. But yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, what you want to do here is just use the company domain and continue to add fields. Now, this is where we pick the data we want to get. So I would pick employee count. I want to know how big the company is. I want to know what industry they're
Wow,
in.
the copy for this is going to be so good.
Yeah,
Basically, just saying like,
it's
are
going to
you
be so
still hiring
targeted.
for a head of sales or
Well,
something?
this, yeah, exactly. Saw
So
you
crazy.
had a job open for a head of sales on the 6th of December. Just curious, you still on the lookout for someone? I've got someone who done XYZ, blah, 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 right? So
What kind of
copy we can
reply
make
rate do you
really
think we
good.
should aim for? Because I feel like it could be really high with this. I don't know though. I've never seen reply rates over like under like a percent because my campaigns have just been like, but they've made money
I've,
though. Like they've made revenue, but they're just straight like spray and pray, like just
yeah,
email
yeah,
them
yeah.
a million people, just no
It
target.
depends on the deliverability. It depends on many factors with email, but our
Yeah,
KPI that we have in the sheet is 5%. Is what we want to go
that would be
for.
crazy. 5%.
So
That
3
way
to
we'll
five
aim for that.
percent is where it will be land up. 5% obviously is where we want to be at. I think we can hit that no problem. I've got some campaigns that are doing like 7-8%. It's a bit
Wow.
rarer, but it will happen if we get all of the variables right, which we're doing here. So there's no reason it
Okay.
won't. Um,
Yeah,
so yeah,
that'd be crazy. But we'll.
it would be awesome. The data we
Yeah.
want from here is obviously company size, industry, and to be honest with you, like I said, we want to keep it as basic as possible, as simple as possible right now. That's all we need to pull. This will give us enough information on the company to see if they're actually worth finding the right contact for. So I'll save and run the
Yeah.
first 10 of these, and we can just see what it brings back to us. So obviously from here, after this is run, we'll need to exclude all of the staffing and recruiting companies
Wait, so
and all
what
the
did you put
companies that
in
are too
there
big.
to get that? Like, was it? Did you use the company domain, right? As the point
Yes.
of like, okay.
Yeah.
And
So you
now
can see
that's their
this one
LinkedIn.
hasn't got. So yeah, exactly. So this is it's got
Okay,
their LinkedIn
I
URL
get it.
here. It's got all of this information, where they're based,
Okay.
when it was founded, etc., etc. Right. So we have all of this. Obviously, what I would do from here is remove all of the industries that are HR, staffing, um, recruiting, etc. Right. So this top one,
Yeah.
HR, don't want to reach out to them. But all the others like tech, IT services, and consulting, we'll double check those ones because we know some of those are recruitment, telecoms, wellness, food and beverage,
Yeah. Why is
software
wellness
dev.
there? What's wellness? Is that going to
It's
be
just
just like a
wellness or
tech company that's
fitness.
put them like that though?
None of these will be tech companies by default. We've only asked it to search sales
Oh,
roles.
okay.
It'll be every company
Oh,
hiring
okay.
for a
I get it.
sales role. Yeah. So
Okay.
that's
I get
why
that.
we effectively need to get this data so we can
Yeah.
keep a clean list. So tech,
Okay.
IT, telecoms may even be okay, right? Um,
Telecoms
software
will be alright.
dev, tech, these ones are good. So we out of that list, we probably got about 60% of them are pretty good. And then in terms of size, they're all within the size
They all look
range,
pretty good.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they all look pretty good. So from here, I'd probably just want to remove maybe that HR one. So I'd probably just filter it out. Filter this column, does not contain any of. I'll just put in human resources. I just put in human because it will remove it. Right. And then we've got this one.
Nice.
Maybe we can hide this wellness one as well, these two wellness ones. Maybe we can get rid of those.
I don't even know why they're there. My2front.com. What do they do? Because it might actually not be tech.
They
Just
definitely
straight
won't be tech. If they're wellness or
No, it's not
fitness,
tech.
they're
It's not
definitely,
tech.
yeah. They,
It's like
like I said, these are just going to
Invisalign.
be,
It's teeth.
yeah. Yeah. So, like I said, this is purely just pulling raw data off LinkedIn jobs. So you're going to get like all
Yeah.
sorts of companies here. So
Is
that's
there a
why
way
we
to
need to find
filter
the
that at the
industry.
start? Is there a way to filter it so we can have only certain types of jobs?
Unfortunately, not.
Okay, fair enough. I thought maybe there was a way with like these other tools like Trigify or whatever, like Phantom Buster or something.
I've never seen a way to do it with jobs because it can't do it without enrichment. It's not physically
Right.
possible. The only thing you can do is add in keywords into the description of the job. and hope that that makes it super specific. That's the only other thing you can do. But this is the way I'd recommend it. This is the way that everyone does it, is you just pull all the data and then enrich after, so we can make it a cleaner list. So for now, I'm just going to get rid of these wellness ones, for example.
Yeah.
Right?
It's lucky
so
that we're in
these
like
out of there.
big industry, to be fair.
Yeah.
Because most of these are alright.
Yeah, these ones are pretty good. I'll get rid of the food and beverage one as
well. You know
well.
what? We could even just run it to these companies. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, if they reply like, "Yeah, can you help us?" Then we just don't want to work with them.
What I would recommend, I genuinely recommend you do that. You're going to be pulling all this data, and like I think you'd maybe be surprised. Like some of the clients we have, I've said this to before. They just wanted to do tech sales or some specific industry of sales. And pretty much all of the BDRs and SDRs, head of sales, they'll get paid the same, if not more, in these blue collar industries. Like, obviously in tech, they're going to get paid more, but they get paid pretty much the same. And it's much easier to find, well, not necessarily much easier to find, but it's much easier to get the clients in outside of tech, just in general, right? For tech sales, it's fine. You're not going to have a problem, but you can just sign like way more contracts way quicker if you just want to go after all these companies. They're all hiring for salespeople. If you can help them, great. If you can't, equally, that's fine. You're not taking the upfront payment.
Would it mess with the copy or anything? Time on it. Like, would the copy mess up at all?
So what we?
Because I mean, our website says like the experts in tech sales recruitment, but that doesn't matter. Sometimes people just go for it anyway. Like, they don't really.
The website, it won't matter. What we'll do is you use filters on the clay table to build different tables. So we have one table. We've got all this data. What we're going to do is filter it. So we're going to have one sheet from this that's purely tech jobs, and then use the tech specific copy there. And then the other ones can use a broader copy. So you still get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, that is a good idea.
You just use all the data that you weren't going to use anyway. Yeah, just to squeeze a little bit more out of it.
Yeah, if we get like I don't mind
bit more out of it.
Yeah, if we get like a drinks company, I don't really care. My team will still probably be able to find someone. Even in tech as well, they're so different. Like the role we just got is like a field service. It's like the software like builders use on their iPads nowadays. Like is one company we just got, and then the one before that was like insurance companies. What they put case management software on. So it's not like tech's not broad as well. Like tech's broad.
It's very broad, yeah. Exactly. You can recruit for pretty much any salesperson, I'd imagine. You know?
Yeah, literally. So you just gotta understand the job.
It's worth generating revenue off that way you can. I'm sure you'll be able to. So once you've defined that list, then what you want to do is obviously put in the titles again. The same, we can put in CEO, we can put in founder, we can put in president, we can put in director, etc. Right?
I'd get rid of director though, for the US. Director will mess it up in the US. Yeah, because it's just not senior.
Yeah. And then from here, it's exactly the same as the last table. So I've only got 10 minutes to go through the last table, so I will do that now. I won't go through this again just because it'll be exactly the same. So it's found the people, it's found more here in the US.
Why has it not found those companies though? Like the bottom three, where have they gone? I swear they just not find them because I swear they were there.
No, I removed.
Oh, you got rid of them. Yeah. You got rid of them. That was it.
Yeah. So it's found all of them but one. Once again, US data is going to be better, in my opinion. It's going to pick up more. It's going to be better. There's less GDPR. That's probably the main reason, in all honesty. But you just get better data. We'll get more of it, and we'll be able to win more business from outbound in the US for sure.
Really, that's a good thing to hear. That's what I want.
Yeah. Literally. It's easier in the US. I don't know why more people don't focus there, but it will be easier there for sure. There's more competition, but it's still easier overall. So that's how to find jobs from start to finish. Once again, it's all recorded, so you can go back and watch this at any point.
Yeah, I'm so glad it better be recorded. Otherwise, I have no idea. I'm going to forget this like the second I try it right now.
Nah,
there's just so many little buttons and like filters that I don't see.
It's always like the tiny little thing that you get sort of caught up on. Yeah. But the last one that we can go over, and I might have to go over this relatively quickly, just as we're.
Yeah.
I want to be conscious of time.
No, I'll rewatch this straight after if you send it to me. Like, send it to me as soon as possible, and I'll rewatch it like right now.
Yeah, no, I will do. I just need to wait for it to download, and then I will. So the last one we've got is people who have left. So I've given you a template here. This one's very hard to build from scratch. So you need to, if you want to run this, run a duplicate of this.
Okay.
You would not really be able to do this from scratch. You need to do a duplicate because it's a bit more intensive. So the way this works is it has predefined columns already. Okay. So all we need to do is add in data and it does the rest for us.
Okay, nice.
So it's one of the best ones to use. With these, the others we've just built, we can turn that into a template. I'll actually do that in your play table. And anytime you want to find more data, you just use that template. So we don't have to go through the whole thing again. You just need to add the first step and the rest of it will be taken care of, pretty much.
Okay.
So that's what's going on with this one. So all we need to do is press this little plus icon here and add profiles. From here, it takes us to the find people section where we want to put in the details of who we want to find. So let's say, for example, we want to be working once again with tech companies between 11 and 1,000 in size. It's software development, it's tech, technology, information, internet, and it's IT services and consulting, wherever that is.
Yeah, I think you said get rid of that one though, because that was always HR companies.
Some recruitment companies.
Yeah.
We can get rid of that, no problem. So we've got those in. Now what we're going to do is find job titles. So let's say we want to do a sales manager. I'm going to keep it basic. Okay. I'm just going to put it in here just because it will find more and it'll be better for the data. So sales manager. Now, this is the most important bit of this. We need to find a sales manager who has had a maximum of 3 months in their current role. This is because if they're brand new to their role, they may have just moved on from another company. And that's what this table is designed to check, right? So we've got sales managers, right? I'm going to put I'm going to put in the United States.
Oh shit, this is so good actually. It's just clicked what you were saying earlier. So you message them and like you just message the CRO like, do you want do you need to build your team? And then you also measure the old company, do you need a new CRO pretty much? That is fucking crazy. That is so powerful.
So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do a limit of like 20 of these because I'm not sure if it's going to automatically run everything.
What do you call this again? Oh, people who have left campaign. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's actually 2 campaigns pretty much.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So I'm importing this into the table now. So I'm just importing this into this table. Importing results. Cool. Okay, so look, what's going to happen here is it's going to give us. So these are the sales managers who are brand new to their company. Now what it does is it enriches them automatically and finds their past company. So it's found their past company. Then what it does is it cross-references when they left that company. And it ticks it if it's within the last 3 months. So this person's left their company in September. This person left their company in September, October, September. Right? So we have these people who have recently left their company. This one, I need to edit this. So job title we're going to search for. Actually, we can delete this. That's not actually required. This one is not needed.
Okay.
Neither is this one. Right, now what we want to do here is find contacts. So if I go to here and we want to do past company URL, right? And we want to put in just these titles. Let's say, for example, it is the chief executive officer, just as an example, or the chief.
At any company up to from like 10 to 1,000, the CEO will probably know most people in the company. I'd say, like most sales team, they'll know. In my experience, like they just it's not that big a team at that point.
Yeah, 100%. I definitely agree. So what we would want to do basically is just put in. I'm going to remove this. Actually, okay. So what we want to do is find. I've just given it the CEO, CRO, and founder. Removing anyone who's an assistant. Like sometimes it calls an assistant to like CEO or whatever. And what we want to do is we want to only run if the recent date change is ticked. So what I'll do is get AI only is checked. Okay, recent date change is checked.
Oh, okay, and then it's gonna
So you
move to the next step if it is.
exactly. And then let's save this and run for the first 10 rows. So we'll only go on to find this contact if this is ticked. Because this person, you could do for this one as well. They left in August. Maybe we can
That
play
is
around
so
with it.
good. It's really good for like
But,
CROs. If you ran this for chief revenue officers, like, because they'd be, when they join, they always want to build their new team, and they also are like, I don't know why. You're right. Like, they are more open to like, it's almost like they have no friends at their new place, so they're like just open to speaking to anyone. You know what I mean? They're just like,
yeah,
it's different
sure.
when you speak to someone who's been there like 8 years. They've already got all their agencies. They already have their systems.
Yeah.
Right.
When you speak to someone new, it's always better. It's always better to make stuff happen.
Yeah, I've noticed that actually. CEOs, like CROs that join, to be fair.
Yeah.
They're very good to work
with. So
with.
what we've got here is we've got Adam. Adam is the CEO of this company. And what we would say automatically in an automatic email is, hey, Adam, notice that Gershon, your old sales manager, recently moved in September to user gems. Just curious. And you can say, this, I know this from researching your. I know this from researching your company. Just curious. Are you on the replacement? Are you on the lookout for a replacement sales manager? Got some people in my network who I think would fit this role nicely.
That's yeah. Even that what you said is
out
such
100 of those.
Yeah.
Boom. You are gonna get people on a meeting. There's no way. Like it's so personalized. It's so personalized. You would have to do manual research to get this data usually. It's like 100%. It's so hard to get. So that's how you do that. Then obviously from this point, once again, the same as all the others, you just find the work email based off the data we've got, and then you'd export that, put it into Million Verifier. We've covered a lot today. That was a lot to go over. I think it's going to be quite a bit to digest. The best call, yeah. Awesome, man. I'm really pleased to hear that. There's probably going to be quite a lot to digest. I'll give you some time to watch through this a couple of times, play around with it. Yeah. You get stuck, that's fine. Hit me up on Slack. But this is going to be, we're starting to build the foundations of the real heavy hitting.
Yeah, I actually get it. Yeah.
You know?
And then basically when we have it all running at once, there's just, that's how you get to that like 3 to 5 a week, basically.
Exactly.
With volume as well, when you scale up the volume a bit as well. We're
sending 100 of these emails out to different people a day, right? That are this targeted. There's, you know, that's when we're going to be smashing past 5 meetings a week easily. Probably going to be, you know, it's going to be above that. But literally, it's just building these campaigns properly, you know, and mapping it all out. But yeah, with all of those,
I would reply to it. Catches your eye, like when you're reading it.
Oh man,
because when you see someone's name and you're almost like you're like
It's literally using someone they were working with a couple of months ago who's left their company. We know exactly when they've left, where they've gone, who their name is. You know all of the information, right?
Yeah.
So it's very, very powerful. Then of course,
crazy.
You can take these people. So I could take Gershon and I could say, hey Gershon, notice you just recently moved to user gems. Congratulations on the move. I know it's been a couple of months now since you moved in September. Just curious. How's the team? Are you looking to bring any new people on under you? We've got some people who we think would be a good addition to this company.
So there we have it. That is the one-to-one call that I actually done with a client directly as a live recording, how we help them build this system so they can find more leads and leads that are actually ready to buy for them and build this list at high scale, right? Getting thousands of email addresses that we can then import into the campaigns. Now, if you've watched it to the end of this video, you're probably in a similar position to the business owner that I was helping on this call. And if you are, and you want experts like me to help you build clay tables, to go through your offer one-to-one with you and coach you on how to build an outbound system, then I have a link in the description where you can book a call one-on-one with me and we can go into more detail about how we can help. Just click the first link in the description and book a call with me. If not, no worries, but I look forward to speaking to you soon. See you on the next video.